Today I'd like to talk about nutrition a little bit and the best foods for tennis players, but not only tennis players, any athlete out there. There's a lot of confusion today about protein. You know, how much do we need protein, protein powders. The meat and dairy industry would have us think, you know, we need it 3 times a day, otherwise we're going to get a protein deficiency or a calcium deficiency and we're going to have bone problems. But is this true? I want you to consider this. A newborn baby in the first year of life will grow the most they ever grow in that first year. Now, if they survive only on mother's milk, no other food, they have mother's milk for that first year, babies have done absolutely fine, no problems. They grow normal and healthy just with mother's milk. Mother's milk consists of 6% protein. Now, what's recommended out there? You'll hear as high as 15, 20, 30%, you know, protein we need of our daily, you know, caloric intake. But adults do not need what a newborn baby needs. And a newborn baby is doing fine on 6%. So the protein recommendations today are way too high. As a matter of fact, that's why we have so many problems. Arterial sclerosis, hardening of the arteries, which actually narrows the arteries. So it decreases your blood flow. Any decrease in blood flow is going to harm an athlete. You need adequate blood flow so you can get oxygen to the muscles and the cells. So you see, the problem with protein, which comes from meat, chicken, fish, dairy, is that the main caloric constituent of that protein is from fat. Now, fat is the problem because it is what causes this arterial sclerosis and the hardening of the arteries. Nowadays, the doctors are becoming much more in tune with promoting more of a plant-based diet. Dr. Charles Atwood had this to say about protein sources. It was originally thought that meat and dairy were necessary to get the complete proteins, you know, the 9 essential amino acids. But it's now been proven that even though the proteins in fruit and vegetables do not contain all 9, if we eat a variety of fruits and vegetables, we're going to get all 9 essential amino acids. And Francis Moore Lapp, who came up with this complete protein theory, admitted in the 1990s that she was mistaken. So we now know that while we need all 9 essential amino acids, we don't need to get them together in the same food or even in the same day. So if you're eating an adequate diet of fruits and vegetables, you're going to be getting the 9 essential amino acids. Now, there are many reasons why we do not want to get our proteins from animal-based foods. First of all, remember, the primary calorie source from protein foods is fat. As I mentioned earlier, arterial sclerosis and hardening of the arteries decreases blood flow. You don't want that as an athlete or a tennis player. Number 2, and here's the biggie, the thing that you're trying to get, the proteins, the 9 essential amino acids, is no longer viable in animal-based foods because you have to cook them. Once you cook a food, once it's heated over 161 degrees, you've deranged or denatured the food. It's no longer viable, useful to the human body. So the very thing that you're trying to get, protein, is no longer assimilated by the body. And it's actually creating more problems in the body with fat. Whereas with fruits and vegetables, very easily assimilated, and you're getting everything. You're getting those essential amino acids, you're getting the protein, because it's in the perfect form. You can eat these things unheated, of course. You want to eat a lot of raw fruit, a lot of raw vegetables, salads, a lot of leafy greens. You're going to get adequate protein. It's a huge myth, and remember, the meat and dairy industries, they're billion dollar industries, and they own a lot of people. FDA, there's lobbyists, it's just really driven, it's a money-driven. The other thing with fruits and vegetables, they're the easiest to digest. They're not sapping you of energy. You know, as I mentioned earlier, the white blood cell count is raised 5 to 6 times after you've eaten a cooked animal-based product. This is sapping energy from you because your body is recognizing it as a toxin, just wants to process and get rid of it. So your body's working overtime to process that and get rid of it. Sapping energy from you as a tennis player or an athlete. To get back to the title of this subject, what are the best foods for tennis players? Fruits and vegetables. And I highly recommend a lot of fruit because we cannot get our caloric intake from vegetables. Now don't get me wrong, vegetables are very good. High in vitamins, minerals, enzymes, fiber, they're excellent foods. But you want to eat more fruit than you do vegetables because fruit are very high in calories, whereas vegetables are low in calories. You'd have to eat 75 heads of lettuce to meet your caloric needs in one day. Nobody can do that. So, on the other hand, fruit is very high in calories. One banana, for instance, a good-sized banana is about 100 calories. So, I mean, if you took 10 bananas, put them in a blender, blended that up, you've got a 1,000-calorie meal, which could be very beneficial for a tennis player. So, you know, the more active you are, the more tennis you're playing or any sport. For instance, the Tour de France guys, they'll eat up to 8,000 calories a day. So they've got to, you know, the problem with calories is this. There's only 2 choices on the planet. You're either going to get your calories from fruit or you're going to get them from fat, animal-based products. Now, the choice I'm telling you that's a much better choice, get it from the fruit, not the fats. Because the fats, again, I've already told you what they're going to cause. A lot of problems in the system. Eat the fruit. Try and increase your fruit consumption. That's the key. And your vegetables. Eat a lot of salads. Very healthy for you. So if you can cut down on your animal-based products, increase your fruit, your raw fruits and vegetables, you're going to see a big difference in your health and your ability on the court to recover, to get oxygen, and overall it's just a much better food choice. So eat the fruits and veggies, and I wish you all the best. Any comments, any questions? I can tell you more about what I eat. If you're interested, just give me an email. I'll let you know what I eat on a daily basis, that kind of thing. And have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.